hugely value packed in this one. I'm going to go over how to build an agency or coaching offer that you can actually charge 5 to 8K for upfront. Okay, and I think this is really, really important video because I know a lot of you right now are perhaps, charging really, really low tickets. And in order to actually hit really, really high revenue figures, it's imperative that we do understand how to craft offers that can charge 5 to 8K. Okay, so just going to just jump straight into it. I heavily suggest you watch this one because, this is not normally stuff that's given out for free on YouTube, I'll tell you that. So, who is this training for? Okay, so this training is for agency owners or online coaches stuck between like charging 1.2K like to 2K retainers. If you're charging any lower than that at the moment, then that is really low. If you're charging like $800, if you're charging like 1K retainers, I don't even know what offer you'll be pushing to charge something like that. This is for service providers who run around for X, Y, and Z client 24/7 for 1K a month. So you might have a lot of clients right now, but you're running around doing everything for your clients and you're getting paid 1K a month. And then service providers who simply want to learn how high ticket offers are formed. Okay. So in this training, we're going to cover value perception. Okay, so how to actually perceive value and the importance of that. The alleviating constraints, so how to actually alleviate really, really good constraints to actually craft these high ticket offers. Price competing, so we're going to talk a little bit about like, should you compete on price? How do you do it kind of thing. System over commodity, which is a kind of concept that I think is the secret sauce to scale. And then building the offer. So how do you build one of these high ticket offers? Okay, and we're going to jump straight into it. Okay, so first of all is value perception, right? Firstly, in order to create an offer we can charge 5 to 8K for, we must fundamentally understand how value is created and how human beings perceive high value products / services. So value is, how valuable a product or service is going to be in direct correlation to how expensive it is, right? So as a human being, if you don't fundamentally understand how value is created, what value is, and then how to build an offer that has a ton of value because you understand what value is, you simply haven't got the leverage within your intelligence to build an offer that can actually be charged 5 to 8K, 4K for, right? If your offer isn't perceived as high value, it will become extremely difficult to charge above 1.2K a month and attract fantastic prospects who have leverage built up within their business, right? Giving them a platform and giving you a platform to get great results. So you don't realize that high ticket attracts rich, low ticket attracts broke boys. Okay, so the reason why you're getting on sales calls right now and they're all broke and they don't have any money is because you're charging low ticket. You'll never ever see me again charge a low ticket offer on the market, right? I used to have a small info product that was low ticket. I got rid of it. Okay, because low ticket attracts broke boys. Okay, high ticket attracts rich. And when you attract rich prospects, they're prospects who have great, fantastic leverage built up within their business already, so they have a platform to get fantastic results, if that makes sense. I was recently on a call with my client, who's a fantastic sales rep, and he talked a little bit about the psychology between actually charging high ticket and charging lower. And like people think, oh, I'm going to charge lower so I can get more clients, but this isn't actually always necessarily true because all you're attracting is the same people who have the same mindset, right? So you don't want to charge low tickets. Some of you have to because your offer's bad, but this is what we're going to go in this training, right? So high value is created when the end result is highly desirable, right? E.g. adding 15 to 30K a month to your business. I'm just going off what I do for my agency. And the likelihood of achievement is high. That's why info course products, right, can max sell for $997 and services can sell for $8K, right? Because the likelihood of client achievement is way higher. So if you look at any like course, right, it's probably max going to be like $997. Unless the person has like huge leverage. But services can sell for 8K plus, right? The likelihood of client achievement is just way higher, right? And therefore it has way more value. So end result, highly desirable. So what are the variables to actually consider, right? First thing you want to ask yourself is, does my client achieve an ROI on my service? So does the money they put in, are they going to get it back? So for example, for my agency, you're going to pay an X amount, but you're going to get it back. You know what I mean? That you're going to pay it off. Does your offer do that? Does my client learn insights that will change his life forever? So as well as being a commodity that provides a great service, do you actually provide insights? Do you provide knowledge that's going to change their life forever? So it's another like incentive point for signing on to your service. Does my offer provide my client everything they need to achieve, right? To achieve the end state, right? So management, does your offer actually provide the essentials? And then does my client receive unique value no competitor in the market has to offer, right? So if you analyze your offer right now, what you offer to the marketplace, can your service, can your offer be done by someone coming in tomorrow? And if it can, then you're in trouble, right? Essentially. And then you will look at what is the likelihood of my client achieving the end result. So how good is my service delivery? What's the likelihood that he achieves the where he wants to get? And then what is my service / products TTV? So TTV is time to value. So how long until my client starts seeing results, right? And this is a big mistake with many online service providers in general. Their offer, for someone to win in your service, it takes like a little while. Like it might take like 2-3 weeks to get the systems running up. It might like take that long. That needs to be cut down. Okay, so how we actually tackle this problem in our agency is by giving our clients like an educational program as well as the done for you service, so they're getting time to value straight up, right? Is my service a win-win exchange, or am I fooling my client? This is super important because many online service providers don't realize they do this, but they do this and then wonder why they lose in the market. Am I fooling my client? Most of you are fooling your clients, right? Most service providers are simply liars, and liars fail, right? So for example, you sell an offer, like let's say, for example, right, a content offer, right? You know they could pay an editor $150, but for some reason you're fooling your client and you're lying to your client saying that you're going to do X, Y, and Z when you're selling the same thing. So are you fooling your client? Are they getting ripped off, or is it a win-win exchange? And that is super important as well, because most online service providers are just selling on that, the whole famous of it, but like it's simply a lie to their clients to try and get them on, okay? You need to provide genuine value, and even if your clients sign on and they don't realize it, you'll start to get found out, okay? So other ways to increase value proposition. One is authority figure. If you have a big authority figure in your market, maybe by leveraging content, by leveraging a brand, you're going to instantly increase the value perception of your offer. So value perception, sorry. So you're instantly going to increase the perception of your offer, your service, people signing on. Client results. So do you have fantastic client results? You know, it annoys me when gurus they make it seem like without client results you can win really easily. Let's be honest here, client results are always going to help you. It's always going to be like an advantage. So if you do have client results, obviously leverage it, market it. In your front end marketing, obviously have your client results, and then have you done it yourself, right? If you're selling a unique mechanism which provides a certain outcome, have you done it yourself? And if you've done it yourself, it's going to increase the perception of the value so much higher, right? If you're not an authoritative figure in your industry in 2023, you are on the brink of failure. Okay, 1 month away from cold outreach being ineffective and clients churning from going flat broke. Okay, so please become an authoritative figure in your industry, right? I'm a little bit different to the guys you may be listening to online right now, because I'm not out here telling you guys, pump cold email, you're just getting unlucky, your script's bad. Bro, cold outreach is great, fantastic, it can work. But if you are not at least working to become an authoritative figure in your industry, I'm telling you, you're going to go broke. Because you're on the brink of failure. You're 1 month away of cold outreach being ineffective and clients churning, away from going to nothing again. Okay, so do not be naive as an entrepreneur and put yourself in danger. That's essentially what you're doing, right? By being an idiot. We are in the value creator economy, okay? Scale value and serve the masses. Otherwise, no one will serve you, okay? Become selfless, right? A lot of people expect and do not give. It's ridiculous, right? How much free value have I given, right? And then people get angry, perhaps, because I'm like, oh, guys, if you want to, you can book a call. But it's like, the amount of free value I give is ridiculous, right? I'm serving the masses. I give, and then if we're right, I ask. Okay, you right now, it doesn't mean that you're less selfless. In fact, I actually argue you're more selfish, right? Because you just expect. You haven't given anything, you haven't scaled value, and you haven't served the masses. And therefore, as an entrepreneur, you're being incredibly naive, you're being arrogant, and you're putting yourself in danger, right? Because if you are not an authoritative figure, you'll never gain monopoly over your market. Huge secret, okay? The strongest form of front-end marketing is the client results you achieve. So building the best product is always the slowest but surest way to guarantee wealth and abundance. Okay, so as well as like marketing, acquisition, personal branding, etc., really, really important. But like your actual service delivery is really, really important as well, because client results is always the strongest form of front-end marketing, and it is the way to guarantee wealth and abundance. Okay. Solve problems, overload value, alleviate difficult constraints for your clients, which will carve the way. Done it yourself will always increase the value perception of your offer, right? 90% of service providers sell outcomes they've never achieved themselves. They sell outcomes they've never achieved themselves, right? I'll book you appointments, but they can't book appointments. I'll build you a personal brand, but they're scared to show their face on camera like a little bitch. You're a little bitch right now, but you're trying to build someone's personal brand. Come on, bro. You're never going to get paid. Let's be honest. And then you wonder why it's so difficult to get business owners to believe in your mechanism and believe in your philosophy. Stop the excuses, blaming, and accept the harsh reality. Your leverage of skill is low. It's so cringe how online service providers expect the world, but like I said, they ain't done their service. They don't do their service. They don't do what they preach, right? I'll book you more appointments. You can't book appointments. I'll build you a personal brand. You've got nothing, right? You're a little scared, okay? So, alleviate constraints. Your prospects are struggling in one way or another, right? Whether it's lead flow, whether it's closing rates low, whether acquisition's low, health is low if you're an online coach who works with health, relationships are bad, something's wrong, right? It's imperative that we start with the end in mind and then reverse engineer the ladder of current desire to see the constraints in the way of their success. So entrepreneurs get paid on the difficulty of problem they solve, right? So for example, if you want to come into my business, bro, you want to put some captions on my 20-second videos, have fun with the $200 to $300 a month I pay you. Let's be honest, right? If you want to come into my business, you want to say, Luke, I want to help you out. Cool, how are you going to help me out? I'm going to put captions on your 20-second reels I post. Good, have fun with the $200 to $300 I pay you. The constraint alleviated is now my videos look a bit cooler, okay? The constraint's not painful enough, right? One fantastic way to analyze whether the problem you solve for your clients is high enough is to think whether a beginner can start the same model and essentially do the same thing. If you're going to charge 5 to 8K, you need to solve 5 to 8K worth of problems. This isn't a little game. You need genuine skill. This is marketing, right? This is business. This is real, right? This is building a fantastic company that can scale a ton of value. And the only way you're going to do this is by having genuine skill that alleviates genuine constraints, pains, bottlenecks. And if you can't do that, you don't have enough skills to get paid. If you don't have enough skill to get paid, then you're going broke and you don't have a business, right? So, another important variable. You cannot create problems. You can only solve existing ones. Okay, so the number one mistake I've seen with 100 plus agency owners or coaches, and I've overseen a load of like agency owners campaigns and stuff, is they try and go into the market and suddenly create a problem that was never that much of a painful constraint for the market. Okay, so each market lacks a specific leverage in some element of their business, right, that can help them scale. Okay, so this might be a proven acquisition process. This might be knowledge of positioning great sales assets. This might be dialing correct message, knowing how to run ads, etc. Whether you're targeting e-commerce, dentists, brick and mortar, solar, consultants, or agency owners. There is a missing platform which already exists, okay, because you're not going to create a problem. There's already problems in their business, that will alleviate every constraint they have, allowing them to effortlessly scale, grow, and sustain. Okay, so you can't go into a market, you can't go to an e-commerce brand, you can't go to a dentistry, you can't go to a brick and mortar business and suddenly create a problem that isn't a problem for their business, right? Because and like I said, you have to start with the end in mind. What's their goal? Reverse engineer that, and then break down the current constraints and stop them getting there. Okay, and then implement the mechanism which does break those current constraints, right? So you can't create problems. So stop trying to create problems just because you want to deliver the service. You're never ever going to do that. It's never going to work, and you're not going to gather enough interest. And then price competing, right? The easiest way to go broke in business is competing on price, straight up, right? Oh, well, he's charging this, so I'll go charge a little lower. How dumb can you be, right? He's charging this, so I'll go a little bit lower. Okay, so how low are you going to go, bro? This sentence is only thought by an individual with low business IQ. Competing on price is like putting yourself, this is how I like to think about it, is putting yourself on a train that only goes down and down and down until it's in the ocean and you drown as a founder. All you're doing, you're putting yourself on a train that's constantly going down until you drown in the ocean at the bottom of the earth. Right? It's impossible to charge high ticket if you compete on price. It's impossible. The least of your thought should be, what is the current market charging for this same packaged commodity offer? 100%. You can't go and... like, if I was to go and charge on price right now, why would I ever do that, right? I'm going to put myself out of business. I'm never going to achieve monopoly in my market. The secret to building a strong value proposition in 2023 is by making your insight a unique selling point. So I like to call this a USP leveraged asset, which essentially means leveraging yourself as an asset in order to add immense differentiation to your offer and never compete on price again. So why is your Facebook ad agency different? Why is your lead gen offer different, right? Why is your Google ad offer different? Why is your pair of results lead, Facebook ad agency offer to brick and mortar businesses different to the other guys, right? And then system/commodity. So system over commodity. Right? When you start your online service journey, you're heavily taught to market and sell in commodities, not systems. So for example, sell the Facebook ads. Sell on the fact you can book 25 plus meetings or money back, right? Instead of the new meta of offers, which is selling a system and a unique transformational customer success journey. I'm dropping the absolute source on this video. I just want to say that's why I'm rushing it through a little bit quickly. If you haven't dropped a subscribe, that would mean a little bit to me. Okay, for example, right, my agency, I don't sell. We scale you with set ads, content, client acquisition systems, consulting. We scale you with the multiple acquisition funnel, right? Whether you're an online service provider, high ticket course seller, agency owner, online coach, or consultant. Okay, which is a combination of done for you client acquisition systems, consulting, an inbound lead funnel, and management of your business. It's a package system which gives our targeted prospects, online service providers, everything they need to get great results, right? So that's an example of how I do it for my agency. Most online service providers, so agencies and online coaches, can't book appointments because they sell the exact same way everybody else sells. No one is an innovative marketer. Everybody just copies the market. Everybody copies trends and wonders why they cannot get enough interest on their offer. And you're never going to get enough interest on your offer if you sell exactly the same as everybody else. So please think about that. And then building the offer, right? Very simply. At this point, you understand the core fundamentals of building a high-ticket offer and the imperativeness of solving the harder problems and learning how to increase the value proposition, right? Now let's dive into how to actually build an offer like this. So we're going to cover roadmap, systems and processes, and added value very quickly. So a roadmap goes a little bit like this, right? High ticket offers require a different type of onboarding approach than the original 30-day 1.2k retainer, which you do one thing within the client's business does, right? A high ticket purchase from a client now is an investment into your team and to you as a person. It is a real customer success journey. Therefore, we must have a step-by-step roadmap planned out for our clients, right? The roadmap for my agency has 40 plus steps. So when you join, you have a 40 plus step roadmap, which goes through, breaks it down step by step. And it's like a full journey, right? Which essentially in detail breaks down every single variable, system, and process that we will take and need to be completed in order to activate the next process on the next phase of what we do. Service providers are naive, when delivering the service, right? They ignore the existing constraints which prohibit your client from truly winning, right? An agency owner will come into a client's business and try cold outreach when the client and they know this as well. Like, you guys know there's constraints to your client's business and that they will fail, yet you do the service anyway. So you know the client has a bad offer. You know they have the wrong messaging dialed. You know they have no content, no sales assets, no result, no case study leverage. Yet you still convince them it's going to work and still do your service. Right? How many clients, you can kind of like introspectively like answer this question within yourself. How many clients you've taken on, you knew they'd fail, but you just went, yeah, it's all good, we're gonna work. Right? And you're asking questions as to why they're not signing on again. Why you're not getting fantastic client results, fantastic word of mouth, fantastic just your overall confidence in your service, because you're taking on people you know are gonna lose. So how can I deliver for my clients when I first haven't even tackled essential constraints like offer, messaging, service market fit, sales assets, content, etc.? That's how I get my client results. Because if you come on board with me, it's like I'm not just essentially like all transparency here, just gonna like take your money, go, okay, well, we're just gonna do the system because they've paid me. It's like I have to fucking break down how you're gonna be successful at this. Right, whether you're an online coach, high ticket course seller, agency owner, right, B2B service provider. Like, I can't just dial in the systems straight away. We do that because first we look at your actual offer, messaging, service, market fit, sales, assets, content. But I have to do that first because I'm not naive. As a founder on my deliverable process, that just thinks, oh, okay, whatever, they've paid me, I'm going to deliver my service, right? A lot of agency owners do that and make the same mistake. So, systems and processes. Everybody watching this video is targeting different prospects with different constraints, and therefore your systems and processes to achieve the desired result is a bit different, right? But you must dial in effective systems as quickly as possible to use data and refine, right? So for example, we launch outbound growth campaigns for our clients. We track the data and we refine to launch a data-driven outbound prospecting growth campaign, okay? If you place setters into your client's company, make sure to have a dialed back-end fulfillment system, right? From the onboarding process to setting up the systems to the systems dialed, the process needs to be as streamlined as possible, okay? Really, really important. To help us out at my agency, we have hired a customer success manager, okay? So that's one way you can do it. But if you're not at that stage yet, it's all just about having the systems in place anyway. So then it comes on to added value, right? This is the way you want to think about added value. Add value which amplifies the system. So for example, with my offer, right, we offer 4 one-on-one consulting sessions. You get put in lifetime weekly consulting, right? And you get an educational program as well as the done for you service. So can you see how that value amplifies the system, right? Can I add one-on-one consulting? Can I add weekly consulting? Can I add an educational program? I'm not saying all of you have to do this. You have different offers, you have different stuff. I'm just showing you how I'm not like chatting waffle and I do this stuff. Okay, can I add training protocols, right? Please think outside the box. You have been led down the path by gurus, which is a game you can't win. You've been led down the path of going on Google Maps, scraping leads, cold calling, and trying to pitch a $500 offer and then pay off results. It's a game you can't win. It's a game you can't win. And I know there's like, okay, if we break it down, there's probably like, this video probably got like 370 views. 10% watching 24 minutes in. There's actually probably like 50 of you watching right now. Maybe like 45, right? So I'm just telling you, to be honest, mate, you've all been told to think like genuine idiots. Straight up, right? So one-dimensional, sticking to the rules. Okay, so that's just a quick video going over how you can pivot your high ticket consulting offer / agency, how these are created. This was an absolute banger, so hopefully you do like and subscribe, leave a comment as well, and add me on Instagram, which is lukejackson.mx, and DM me on there. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.